Hello everyone and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box we have the first AutoWorld model that I have ever reviewed and one of the very few AutoWorld models in my entire collection, the Dodge Conquest TSi. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this one and see if it is worth adding to your collection. So let's go ahead and get started with our casting. Apologies for any rumbling you might hear in the background. There is a thunderstorm going on right now. But going ahead and get started with our proportions, I will say they look really good. We will go ahead and put the real life car up in the top right corner there. So as you can see, it does look pretty freaking close to the real life car, which is good. It is what you want to see. What we have as far as the casting goes, we do have a moving hood. However, mine is totally stuck and I've tried everything to get it open and it will not. We do have quite a bit of detail casted in on the entire front section, which is kind of the most unique and crazy looking portion of the car because the rest of the car is pretty plain. But we do get nice casting lines where they should be, detailing etched into the casting where it should be. And then the back is kind of the same deal with the front, where a lot of the detail kind of hides as far as the casting. We do get mirrors casted on, which look good. We do also get our door handles casted in, which feel nice and are painted on top of that. The little antenna on top is even casted in. And then finally, you'll see our little exhaust tips down here at the bottom. These are a piece of our base, and they look really nice. So overall, the casting as a whole is very solid. For our paint and deco, we've just got this nice, simple, plain red. It looks good. It looks very clean, and it's obviously a realistic color. I would say it's probably the best color that this car was available in. Just me personally. But yeah, it looks mean. It looks aggressive, and I really like it. And that's really all there is to say about that because there's not a whole lot more. It's just plain red. For our detail category, this is where the model really shines. So up front, outside of the casted in details, we do get some little reflector things because the headlights are down. We do get these little intakes kind of sticking out there, and we also have kind of, you can see the silver. I assume this is a bit of radiator sticking out or something. We do get a little Conquest written right there, logo. Moving to the sides here, we do have the TSi on the side there, which looks really nice. And then moving to the back, because there's really not a whole lot else to talk about, we have the back is actually packed with details with our Conquest, right? We have TSi over here. We have taillights that are done fantastically. We have this entire license plate section, which is done really nice. Conquest, as you see, or Conquer on the license plate. This back portion here of this bumper, this is painted on as well, so it looks good. Other than that, though, we have realistic wheels to the real life car. We do get painted door handles, and we do get a painted antenna up top. And I am absolutely sure that inside this hood is just packed with details, and it probably looks really great. But however, despite everything I've tried, I cannot get that hood to open for anything. So we will have to just use our imaginations for that. For our roll test, if you are unfamiliar with AutoWorld models, they do roll. And the roll is fairly smooth. It's not going to be going down a track or anything like that, but it's not bad at all. For our pros and cons, the first big pro right out of the gate is that this is the only Conquest TSi in the 1/64th scale. At least the first one that's like widely available. As far as I know, Hot Wheels and Matchbox have both never done this model, and I couldn't find any other brands that had done it. So, if you're a big Conquest fan, this is the only way you'll have to get this car. And for the price, usually about $5 to $6, that leads us to our other big pro, which that this is a really great value for that price tag. You know, that's about on par with a Hot Wheels Premium as far as price goes, and the level of details is actually a little bit better than most Hot Wheels Premiums, and would even includes a moving part, which Hot Wheels Premiums do not do. Unfortunately, my moving part just happens to be stuck, but again, that's just mine. Moving into our cons, though, we're going to hit back to that lack of moving part that is supposed to be there, because if mine is as stuck as it is, and when I say it is stuck, I mean I have tried everything to get this to come up. I've tried fishing line, I've tried stock paper, I've tried construction paper, I've tried using a little pry from an X-Acto knife. Like, everything I can think of to possibly get that hood to open, and I swear it's glued shut or something. It is wild. So that does mean there are some QC issues with this release, because if mine is stuck, there is at least a good chance that you could get one that is stuck as well. So just be wary of that, because that's not really something that you'll be able to tell from outside of the package. For some quick size comparisons, here I have it with some other Dodge models you might have in your collection, with the Hot Wheels Dodge Rampage and the Matchbox Dodge Charger. And here we have it with some other random cars you might have in your collection, with the Hot Wheels Toyota AE86 Sprinter and the Matchbox Lotus Elise S1. And now for my final thoughts. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.8 out of 10. It's not a car that really drives me crazy as far as the hype wagon goes, but it is definitely unique, and that's a good choice for a casting in my opinion, which is why I picked it up. The details, paints, casting, and stuff like that, all really, really solid for the price point. If you get one that hood opens properly, I think that even makes it even better. But even if you are like me and you get one that the hood is completely and totally stuck, I still think for the $5-6 price tag, it's really not bad at all, and definitely worth it for that price. So, you know, I would be willing to go a little bit higher on the rating if I could get that hood open, but it's really not the deal breaker or like the end of the world that it doesn't, because the overall just release as itself is very nice as it is. So with all that being said, I still very much recommend this one because of its value alone, especially if you're a big Mopar fan or you're just a fan of like the 80s kind of weird looking cars, you know. So yeah, definitely one I would say get into your collection if you can. That's all I have for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment down below telling me what your thoughts are on this particular model, and I will see you in the next video.